I wanted to, how you guys doing? I wanted to make a video about a conversation I had with my friend, Clarence, yesterday, that I ran into. He goes to the Greek Orthodox church, and they were having like a kind of a, I'm not sure what they call it, like a festival, serving gyros and stuff. And so I'm like, hey, Sunfire, you want to come with me to have these gyros? He's like, sure. Sunfire is a member of the team, I've been hanging out with a lot. Surprisingly, you know how I say how Sunfire's all chipper and all that? He has to work at that. This is no joke, and this shocked me. Before Sunfire got saved, he hated the world. He hated everything, like me. We both did. I couldn't believe it when he said it. You know what I mean? I'm like Sunfire. I'm like, who led you here to get saved? Who led you here? He's like, the Lord led me here. I'm like, the Lord led me here too. He's like, I hated everything. I hated everybody. I hated this whole place. I'm like, me too. I never would have guessed that with Sunfire. As chipper and upbeat as Sunfire is, listens to Jesus music 24/7. I'm not kidding. Not even I do that. He hated everybody too. Yep. Isn't that incredible? Another person that hated the world, hated everything. Even God. God got him saved too. Both of us. I hated everybody. You heard me right. You heard me right. We hated everybody, both me and Sunfire. Now God's trying to get us to love everybody. I'm not kidding. So anyways, that's a side note. That's a side note. Don't hate. Don't hate. Love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor, love thy country. I'm waving the flag. I'm being Iron Patriot. Love thy country. You know what I mean? That's what I've been doing. God's teaching me to love my country. Yes. The value of loving my country, the U.S. of A. He's like, love your country. It's important. Because he knows I never loved this country. I'm like, bro, Japan. Go Japan. Not anymore. He's trying to... He's making me patriotic. God's making me patriotic for real. I'm not kidding. I'm trying to love my country for real. Anyways. Not about that. God first, country second. You heard me. Country comes second. Don't you forget it. Another thing God was telling me through Earl. God's been exposing this. He's like, exposing me bragging and stuff. And I need to work on it. Bragging that I won the election. You know what I mean? My vote turned the tide, which it did. Don't brag. He's showing that sin of me bragging, boasting, that I turned the tide of the election. The one time I vote for real, a landslide in our favor. A full landslide that's never happened before. Said right to my face. A guy that's been doing this a while. He's never seen the stars align, even in the state we're in, perfectly, as far as elections go. The stars align perfectly, the way it should be for God. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's because yours truly voted for the first time. I took it seriously for the first time, and God knows it. I took my time. I took my time before I voted. Instead of just doing whatever. Their name sounds pretty cool. I'll vote for them. Oh, they sound pretty cool in their name. No, their picture looked pretty cool on a poster. I'll vote for them. They look pretty cool. Instead of doing that, I took it seriously. Instead of doing eeny, meeny, miny, moe. But God's like, don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. Don't be boastful. It's a weakness, which it is. Yeah. I didn't win the election. God did. But I took credit. And I bought it. I had this long conversation with Earl and a Wiccan. I didn't know Earl was talking to a Wiccan yesterday. First time I've ever met her. I just ran into her at the store. And Earl. Earl was talking to her. I didn't know she was a Wiccan. I thought she was a believer in God as well. Like Bible God. Nope. I'm like, yeah. She started going off on reincarnation again. I'm like, oh, here we go. Reincarnation again. Reincarnation. We're going to keep coming back. Reincarnation. Here we go again. The reincarnation demon. She got all butthurt. I'm like, yeah. I'm sorry, you got confused in the occult. If you didn't know that, in the occult, they believe in reincarnation. In the, the satanic world of the occult, they believe in reincarnation, come over and over and over and over. So it's a occult belief. If you didn't know that. So, she's like, I grew up in Mormonism. I'm like, I did too. I'm like, but what you believe is wrong too. That's what I've been exposed. I'm like, yeah. She was like explaining how Mormonism was BS. I'm like, yeah. And then she was like trying to explain like the occult beliefs are true. I'm like, nope, that's false too. I'm exposing falseness all over the place. Yeah. I told you, I break a lot of hearts. I hit a lot of hornet nests. I hit the hornet's nest, I did. You know what I mean? I kind of make fun of people's beliefs right to their face. Like I did the reincarnation. I was like making fun of it. She didn't like that. But I went off. Just like if I was in front of a Mormon, I'd be like going off about how I can become a god one day. I'd be making fun of them to their face. You know what I'm saying? But God's like, take it easy. So don't be boastful. Don't be boastful. So I gotta try not to be boastful. Keep the YouTube video short, not boast. Keep it short. Robert, you're in charge of everything. I officially make Robert in charge of everything. If anybody wants to donate to Robert. He'll take care of your comments. Robert, give everybody your Cash App so they donate to you. You're in charge, Robert. I trust you. You're in charge. God doesn't want me to boast anymore, so you're in charge. I wish you luck. I wish you luck, my friend. Yeah. You and JR have got this covered. You have got this covered. I'm sure. I have that much faith in you, too. I have that much faith in you, too. So God wants me to back off the YouTube. He does. Holy Spirit wants me to back off the YouTube. That's what I'm saying, point blank. He's like, you're using it to just be boastful and be cocky and be funny. And so I'm trying to not do that anymore. I'm trying to take life seriously. So, I'm trying to save souls out here. Yeah. But no, about that. The video is really about my conversation with Clarence at the Greek Orthodox Church. He was explaining how the differences between Greek Orthodox and Catholic. I'm like, this is another Virgin Mary church. They put the prominence on Virgin Mary, right? He's like, well, it's a little different. I'm like the Catholics. He's like, it's a little different than the Catholics. It's a lot different. So he tried to explain it to me. All the Virgin Mary churches aren't the same. He's trying to explain it to me. I'm like, okay. So maybe there is a difference between the Greek Orthodox and the Catholics, maybe. According to Clarence. From what I've seen, they're all right. Compared to the Catholics, I like the Greek Orthodox. I'll say that. I like the Greek Orthodox people. Mainly Clarence. I like them better than the Catholics. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell them that. Like the way each group does things. I like how the Greek Orthodox, plus I like the Greek Orthodox Euros. That's a big factor. God bless them for that. Anyways, I gotta get going. I told a friend I'd go to their church today. I haven't been to their church yet, but she's been wanting me to go to her church for a long time. A long time she's been wanting me to go to her church. I'm not kidding, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for the team. I'm going to do it for the team. I'm going to go to this new church I've never been to that she's been asking me to go to. So I'm like, I'll do it. I'll check it out. See what the Battle Axe thinks. Is there corruption there? I'll sniff it out. The Battle Axe will sniff if there's corruption. Falsehood. Are they preaching crazy stuff like prosperity gospel? I'll let you know. Anyway. God's let me examine all churches, all Christian churches, all everything. You know what I mean? Since I'm not a member of any church, I still get to investigate, my friends. I still get to investigate. Indeed. And I like that. I like to investigate. I like not being a member of anything. I like not being a member. Me and Earl are rebels. We're not a member of any church. We just hop around. We like that. I like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing today. Again, I'm hopping around. You know, to a friend's church. We'll see what they preach. We'll see what Bible they use as well. That's a factor. That's a big factor as well. If they're using like the new international version, throw them out the trash. Throw it out the trash. You know? No days. No. King James or nothing. King James or nothing. That's what I say. Otherwise, you get all confused because all the wording's different in each Bible. All right, gotta be consistent. Anyways, don't boast. No boasting. Don't get caught up in yourself, my friend. That's why you're in charge. Robert, you're in charge. You have to answer all the comments of 1,500 videos, Robert. Good luck, my friend. You have to answer all those comments. Have fun. Then you'll be like, I don't know how God answers all those prayers from people. You'll say that in your mind, like I did. You know, and you'll be like, Adam answered all these comments while working a job in real life and he answered all these comments. He's like, that's impressive. Yes, indeed. But it hurts my fingers to type to people forever. That's why it's your time. You know what I mean? Hopefully you have a good keyboard. You know, you could be a keyboard warrior to people. Just be the keyboard warrior. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not hard. Just say to everybody, yeah, that belief is false. I'll correct you there. That belief is false. I'll correct you there. That's all you have to do, my friend. So, it gets tedious. Anyways, I'm all over the place. Every time I make a video, I'm all over the place. You know, I never know where it's going to go. So, God bless America. I got an American flag. I got an American flag, as you guys know. Driving around town with an American flag on my vehicle. I got an American flag flying. Yeah, we're taking the country back, my friend. We're taking the country back, you know, bunch of dirt. Anyways, I better get going. But yeah, apparently, according to Clarence, there's a big difference between the Greek Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church, apparently. So, but he seems happy where he is. He kind of introduced me to Christianity a little bit. He went to a different Christian church before he became a Greek Orthodox individual. Way before I got saved, he was inviting me to his church. I'm like, you kind of led me down the Christian road, my friend. You know. And right now, I've been going mainly to these different churches. He's like, you know, keep on searching for your home. That's what I'm doing. I'm searching for my home. My home church. I'm still searching. You know what I mean? Still searching, still investigating. You know what I mean? Because as you guys know, making commitment isn't my number one thing. You know what I mean? I just barely made a real commitment to Jesus and showing it. Like you know how people wear wedding rings after their commitment, after you get married? That is my new, not a wedding ring, but ring to represent an outward representation of my commitment to Jesus. It's serious. It's serious, you know. It's not like marriage, but it's like it's like a tighter bond than the humans. It is, you know. You know, a woman was like, "Oh, you're cute." I'm taken. Can't you see the ring? I'm taken. I don't care if you think I'm cute. I'm taken. Can't you see? I'm taken by Jesus. I'm taken. All right. She's like, why did God make us all sexual and all that? I'm like, just to procreate after you are married. That's it. You know, you don't mess around. It's not to be a sexual pervert 24/7. It's not to do that, you know, just be some slut running around. That's not why you have a sex drive. It's not to be just some slut running around, you know what I'm saying? Pardon my language. So, not just some piece of meat walking around for people. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm like, God's not even sexual at all. That's what surprised me. I'm like, God's not sexual at all. At all. The real God isn't. No. We're sexual beings. God isn't. No. In order for him to create things, he doesn't have to have sex with anything. Nope. No, sir. That's what surprised me the most on this walk, is God's not sexual at all. Nope. At all. Zero. He's the most strict against sexual immorality that I've ever seen. The real God is. I can't believe it. It's legit. You know when Jesus is like, if you lust for someone in your mind, you've committed adultery and you've sinned. That's how strict God is. That's how strict God is. You like sin in your mind. You sin, you know, you desire her in your mind. It's a sin. That's how strict God is, just in your mind. The most strict person against sexual immorality is God that I've ever seen. The Mormon God isn't, but that Mormon God isn't a real God. You know, with the many wives and all that polygamy God, that God does not exist. The real God is so strict against sex, not like being immoral, fornication, adultery. Is so against those things. I can't believe it. The most strict is God on these things. Yeah, I can't believe it. But the battle axe can do it. The battle axe can do it. You know, if God's that strict on this subject, I can be too. With time. With time, you know what I mean? Anyways, I gotta get going. Hopefully some of this made sense to somebody. If it didn't, oh well, I wanted to say it anyways. That's what I said. All right, battle axe out.